What's happening, folks, and welcome to a mid-season report on my Real Madrid Let's Play. If you're excited, hit the like button down below and subscribe to keep up to date all the content on this channel. It is daily uploads, but there may be the odd day where I don't get time to record the day before, so there may be issues with that. Like yesterday, which was the 21st, I was working every day up until then, and just didn't have time to get on the PC and record. And I'm taking the mentality at the moment where if I could record, but I don't feel like I'm 100%, up for it and, focused on it, and it's just recording to get episode out for the sake of it, then don't force the recording. But still recording stuff, but just not like, the best way to describe it is, I could record it, but I'd rush it, and it's just like, it's getting it out, so it gets the episode out for tomorrow, rather than just take my time, relax, and, feel better about it. Because if you start doing that, you get down the road of just getting tired out and, whatever. So today we're going to look through how the season's going so far, and then look at the fixtures coming up, and look at the transfers we may make in the January transfer window. So let's just start from left to right and go across here. Now, your videos don't have a time limit on them. They'll be as long as they are. They'll either be 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever it is. I don't really have a time limit on it. I just go through what I want to talk about, discuss what I want to discuss, and then we go from there. So today, the league table looks like this. We are currently second in the table. We've just had a really bad period of games. We lost to some stupid teams. Not Barcelona and Atletico. They're results that could happen. But Almeria and Real Betis, we shouldn't lose to those teams. But this is down to what I'll talk about in a minute in the squad. But overall, we're okay. It's not major. It's not been a major success so far this season, but with the fact we've had no striker basically for most of the season, natural striker at least, it's not been ideal. And also I'm learning the game, how the game works, and what things you need to do to get teams to do certain things and whatever. So yeah, top four should happen regardless. We've got a game in hand over the team in fifth, so hopefully we win that game in hand. And then in Barcelona, we've got a game in hand over them. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 points behind them. So we're still right in there. It's just silly results have cost us really at this moment in time. Champions League, we'll get the group stage on here. I think we were in group when I remember group F. Yeah, we were tricky group. Honestly, Lon were tricky. Even though they lost every game back from one, they were tricky. They were awkward in the games that they were playing. They were very tricky just to get a result against. They seemed to cause a lot of issues and they were a bit awkward. But especially with their 5 at the back or 8 at the back, whatever it was, quite a lot of it was iffy. But we managed to beat Man City. We managed to beat Man City and AC Milan. Basically, our home form going through. And it's what I said. I think I mentioned it in an episode against Man City in the first game of the group. Win your home games and get a draw away from home and usually qualify. And we did better than that. We won our home games and got a win away from home. The games we lost were away to AC Milan and Man City. And AC Milan, we should have got a draw out of it, really. We just were really stuck at the end of the game. And Man City, we were outclassed away from home. I can't have any arguments over that one. It was just, we were absolutely just outclassed. And look at the injury table here. 6 injuries, the most in Champions League. It's not ideal. It's been a problem. But we got through the group. I said, one thing I said was, I think Man City might win the group, but my hope was they'd beat AC Milan convincingly, and they didn't. They beat them once, but not twice. That'd been ideal if they'd done that. But we got through the group, and that's the most important thing. And as you can see, the knockout round's been drawn as well for the last 16, and we've got Newcastle United in the next round. They won their group, obviously, didn't they? Who was in their group, by the way? Newcastle, where were they? They got ahead of PSG and Porto. That's actually a decent group, actually, quite tight. You could, Shakhtar weren't a million miles of qualification, 6 points away from getting qualification. Or actually, less than that, actually, 4 points if you want to, potentially, if you look at the results. So a decent group there, but hey, we should be going to that game with confidence to try and win that game, and that, obviously you will see. At least one of those legs. Depends on the lineup, obviously, with the fixtures. In terms of the Spanish Cup, we're not in it yet. Not been drawn. So we'll talk about that later. And the Super Cup, we've got a semi-final against Atletico Madrid, and that is extra time and penalties. So that'll be a game on its own. I always say when it comes to cup games and games like this, when there's a semi-final, that could be extra time penalties. Just for the case for the sake of episode length, if that goes to penalties, that semi-final, I want to show most of that. And just the episode time, it could be 50 minutes on that game alone. If the highlights are quite long, so I always say when it's a semi-final like that, I just do a final. They always get done on their own, especially finals, obviously. But yeah, semi-finals like that, definitely do them on their own, just to guard against the length. If it's doing 90 minutes and nothing else is done, then I may add an episode on, but I usually show the extended highlights of that game and we go from there. So yeah, that'll be probably a live com which I'll do without any editing on it, most likely. So in terms of the finances at the club so far, we've got £78 million spent on transfers. Obviously, it may take slightly to give more wage budget available for us, just to give them a leeway, quite 70 million. And honestly, you look at the shortlist I've got here for players, and it's mainly strikers I'm looking at. I mean, we've got Hendrick coming in next summer. Well, of course, we're not going to be here that long if we win Champions League in his first. For example, it's basically, in case you don't the name of the series, we win Champions League, it's over. Once we do that, it's done. So I'm tempted to go and get Marcos Leonardo anyway, just give yourself a natural striker in that position. Because we've still got, obviously, Hoslu is not going to be here next season anyway. So I think it might be worthwhile going and getting Marcos Leonardo and doing that deal and getting him in. And then we've got Hendrick, Termini, and Hendrick and Leonardo who can play at striker. Obviously in the summer maybe more money available. I mean, maybe go out and buy a better striker. So we could, for example, sell Hoslu in the summer, if we're still here, of course, with the series still continuing, and bring in a top-level striker to play alongside Leonardo. And it's all things we can discuss in the comment section, but that's one possibility. But I do feel like having two strikers. I mean, Tillmany is all right. He's done well since he came in. Injuries have not really helped him. But again, he's 30 odd, and I think maybe he's just a good squad player for now. Bringing a top striker could still be an option in the summer. But I think in the January window, it's definitely going to be bringing Marcos Leonardo in. Definitely for certain. Now, in terms of any other areas I want strengthening, I think right back is someone wants strengthening. Without on holiday, of course, because mid-season. Getting in a right back would be ideal. I think a left back is definitely needed as well. Keeper and defenders I'm okay with because I've got Couture and Leitao coming back, and which will be fine. Midfield central I'm fine with midfield central areas. It's just the wide right and wide left and full backs really. That wide left, full back and striker that I want to strengthen really. I feel like left wing we don't really have anybody there. We've got Leonardo, Rodrigo could play there I suppose. But I do feel like we need maybe somebody else in that position, and I'm not desperate to get that right left wing position, left wing done. Striker is more important, so right back and left back. But I want to try and increase those levels of depth in there. Certainly right back. I mean, we look at the right back options, see what they recommend. I do this quite a lot just to get an idea what they say. So Di Lorenzo, 30 years old. We've got Yam. I mean, I'm not sure about him. I mean, Arsenal want him. But Hendricks, I like him, but I think the pace could be a problem. But we'll scout him. I always think if you're going to be addicted to football, you may as well scout the guys. I mean, this guy could be actually kind of not a bad option actually for right back. It depends on finances, of course. The pace is really good, and tackling is good as well. Crossing might be okay, but I'll get a scout report on him first. I always get a scout report. I mean, how much do they want for him anyway? Curious. £70-200 million. Okay, we're not going to be able to afford that. But again, it's an idea. I'll look around the options as well. Maybe look at the scouting report here and players in range, and you do the whole like take that off and go for right back and see who's available, comes up on the list, and just go by recommendation. If it updates eventually, yeah, it does. I mean, you got Dumfries, which is not a terrible option. Honestly, and he's not terrible, is he? I mean, again, it could be more affordable potentially. Again, we'll do a scout report on him and get an idea what we're looking at here. I hate this. I hate this on Football Manager. When you go back on the screen here, it's about to search, it always resets itself and has to research it again, which is a bit annoying. So yeah, I mean, I'm not nailed down to a right back option. I mean, I know how I'd like. I mean, I'd like Hakimi. I'd love Hakimi. I think he's attacking wise, he's brilliant. It just matter can I afford him. I mean, let's have a look at the age and what would they ask for him. 82 to £120 million. Yeah, it depends. If we can do a deal that's structured, I'll do it. But I think the first thing to do is get Marcus Leonardo in and then see where we're at. I mean, there's players we could sell in this team, but Cabellas is someone I'm looking to sell, potentially. Potentially looking to sell him. I think it'd be an option. I mean, again, we'll see. If we can do Marcus Leonardo for cheapish enough and do a staggered installments for Hakimi, that's probably what I'm going to do for the rest of the season. Because even if I want to strengthen the left wing position here, which I do, Rodrigo can play there, and I've got people who can play right wing. So I've got options there as well. So I have enough options for now. But I think right back is something I want to strengthen. And if I can do a deal for Hakimi, and if I go to the scouting list, basically the options in the January window are going to be try and get Hakimi and Marcus Leonardo in, if I possibly can. Definitely getting Leonardo in because he can play left wing and it helps that area out. Right back I can cope without a right back, but I'd like to bring Hakimi in now if I could. Because then what I'll do then is I will probably sell someone like where is he? Where's Vasquez? I'll probably sell Vasquez honestly at that point. He plays right back when he plays, so that's probably what I would do honestly. So yeah, that's where we're at really. Dev Centre, we've not got any youth intake yet. We've got some young players here, but again, we're not looking at young players too much because we're not going to be here long term, honestly. Every March, we've not got youth intake yet. I will update on that when that comes through as what to do. But yeah, we're in a good position really. The board are satisfied. They said to sign high repetition players. If I was to sign Hakimi, that might be enough for them. Honestly, that might be enough to get them in. It might be enough to move them through to get that a bit more, suited. It depends what they deem as okay, as a option for that. But we'll see. I still think we're doing okay. I just feel like it's learning the game. I'm still not fully up to date. We'll try and do this actually while we're here. Actually, not fully up to date how the match engine works and what things you need to look out for. What things are the overpowered things, and I don't really do that kind of thing anyway. But it's it's getting used to what this does. And if you want the game to, we're talking about tactics. As I get on the tactics screen, it's more a case of if you want a team to play like this, how do you get the tactics to do it? That's the biggest problem with the FM every year. It's not so much it's not so much I don't understand how football works, or I'm not great at it. It's more a case of mine has always been a case of I want my team to do this. How do I get the game to make the tactic do that? Also, what attributes do I need on my players to get them to do that? So that's always a bit of a conundrum in my head, and I may start watching like some guys. I don't download tactics though. That's one thing I will say right now. I probably download tactics, but I always feel on YouTube says if I was to download a tactic, it kind of take the fun out of it a little bit. I like the idea of if I get a tactic that works and it happens to be a really good tactic, it's like even if I just fell ass backwards into it, I like that. If I get a tactic I have that kind of breaks the game, it's never because I watched games and it worked out what people are saying about what's broken in the game. I never do that. If for example, let's say years ago with Plymouth, which it didn't end up not being complete because it ended up the game cycle, and I was just great at crossing the ball in the box. Only reason I did that because the guy was great in the air, and it happened to be that crosses were OP that year, apparently. But I never set a team up to break the game and just destroy and exploit the game. If he does that, it's because it's just by design. So yeah, I would like to go to a 4-2-3-1 ideally, of course. I think it's my formation, but this is what I'm going to stick with for now, unless you guys got thoughts on it. But yeah, so we're okay. The schedule, it looks like this. So I'm not sure if I'm going to stick to showing the games off camera situation. The simple reason being is it can just drag a little bit. And I don't know. But next episode, there's only 2 games, so we'll probably show them most likely. The next episode we'll be the Super Cup semi-final. And then after that, it's a bit up in the air. We've got Newcastle there in the first leg. So 1, 2, 3. And then, 4. in 5. I could do 5 games of camera, but I'm way better with sort of length, you see. So it most likely will be, as we're doing it, so then 1, 2, 3, them 2, then 1, and then maybe, I don't know. It's just the timing of that game there is a bit awkward. But I don't want to like do too many games in one episode. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off camera, they're all highlights, as you know. I'll have to show the highlights of those, and then we could do 1, 2. We'll see how it goes. I could always try and edit it down a lot to try and get it out. I'll see. But you guys give me your thoughts down below in the comment section. What would you prefer? Would you prefer longer episodes, or would you prefer shorter ones? Or like, would you prefer to do 1, 2, 3, then these 2, and then 1 game gap, and then do them 2? I don't know. Because Valencia, of course, Valencia as well, high in the table, so I want to show that game as well. So it's just if that game was between these 2, Granada and Alves, it's so much easier. You do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then them 2. But that's because just these 2 are the wrong way around for what I'd like to do. But we'll see. I'll cross the bridge when we come to it. I'm not going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games off camera. That was too many. For episode. I like doing the games off camera. I think it's cool. It gives you a bit of action. If the games are like really dead in the live comms, you still got the whole, we've got these games to look at. We don't know what the result's going to be. It's like a bit of a suspense. Dramatically. Been a bit too dramatic there. But yeah, so general window, I'll start with now. We've got 7 days yet to the next game. Injuries, we're not going to have Courtois for the season. Militao, not for this season. Rooney back for 5-9 days, so he could come back into the team pretty soon. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting second in January and get some transfers done. Hopefully we can get some good players in and kick on in the league relatively soon. So that's basically it for now. Nothing else. We'll continue to see if they say yes to those 2 things that I said about the training and new facilities. They might do, they might not. We'll see what they say. Usually they say no when I do it on live comms. Wait. Literally, I said I'll do youth intake for you when it came out, and it's come right up in this episode. So we've got a good youth intake. It's 3.5 star according to that. We've got a good centre back apparently. We've got a midfielder keeper now, and wingers looks handy prospect as well. So that's not bad. I very rarely have. I can't remember the last time I had a youth intake where I bought an FM period, where a guy came through my youth system and was actually so good that he stayed in the team throughout the whole save. I've signed players at that level from other teams' youth intakes, but I've never had one come through my own youth intake to that level. So that would be awesome if that could happen. But again, when that comes through officially and we see the players come through, it's March when it comes through. So I'll obviously update on that. And it's clearly a right winger that they're talking about. As a setback, so we'll see. Hopefully it's good, but we'll continue and see if we get any information on okay, yep, striker's back fully fit. That's good. Modric could lose 6 months. Yeah, we're not gonna lose Modric. Exclusive contract agent. Yeah, so what's he currently on? £350 a week. Let's enter negotiations. Important player. Let's get that off. I don't like putting that on because it's just I like to change the roles. What's his current contract? Okay, £350 a week. Let's try and get down to 200 if we can. Let's try and be cheeky. Probably won't do this. 230. Split the difference. Okay, we'll finalise it. He's taking a pay cut. I was always trying to get the same money where I can. But I think if I did it again, he'd probably walked away. But we'll continue again, guys, and see if we can get the information on if we're going to get improvements in training grounds and all that kind of stuff. We're probably not going to get it. Nope. They're in training ground, but not youth facilities. Let's just see if we can actually get them to agree to that. Okay, they want to buy players. Fair enough. It's not something Madrid would necessarily do. So we've got 2 players here on the list that we could sign. Though options in the summer we're looking at, we're not going to do that. This is junior. Expires in 2024. He won't sign a new deal, which is a big problem for me. I need to get this guy to sign new contract. But he won't, and this could be a problem. Massive problem. We might lose him on a free. Has he got an extended? He hasn't got extended his contract. This could be a problem in the summer. I was hoping he would, behave, but he won't. I tried to do contract before, but he wasn't interested in talking earlier for me, and for me anyway. Though that's still a thing. So he wants to see. What's he happy about? So I think playing Cabellos and Nacho, playing them more might help him. I think I may have to do this actually. Nacho, what's his best position actually? Nacho, centre back. You know what? I'm going to give him a run out in a couple of games, and also give Cabellos some game time as well, because it might help him out to, if those promises get kept. I keep praising him, because I'm not gonna lose him on a free, but it may be a case that happens, honestly. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. I'll keep updating that as it goes along. So next episode, guys, like I said, it's going to be the Super Cup semi-final against Atletico Madrid. We'll do that next episode. We'll do that as the full game. You won't see any AAting in that one. And we'll see about the games on camera. Probably will do it, but we'll see. So if you've enjoyed the episode, I hope you have. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you're new as well. And I'll catch you guys all next time. Bye-bye.